So we were talking about affordability and being able to buy a home in today's market. A lot of people are thinking that it's just not affordable pretty much anywhere. And if you think about like markets like Washington, D.C. and California, and yes, it has become more challenging to be able to find something that's affordable. And here in New Jersey is, of course, that's considered one of the top most expensive states in the country, yet there are some affordable pockets here. And it's hard sometimes to characterize the whole state and say it's impossible to find something, where it does make a difference whether you live in North Jersey or Central Jersey or South Jersey, and also how close you are to our two big cities, New York City and Philly. So let's just take a look at some interesting facts. It's interesting to see how the landscape of the buyers has also changed in the last 10 to 12 years. For example, the millennial buyers right now are having a hard time being able to qualify for a home because they are more and more saddled with student loans. And so the debt is there, yet their paycheck is not catching up. And of course, the really crazy roller coaster real estate market over the last couple of years didn't help either. So what I'm also seeing that's even interesting for me to see, because as many of you know, I'm a big proponent of real estate investing as a vehicle to grow your wealth, is house hacking has become more and more popular because of the need for people to be able to qualify for housing. And house hacking is where first-time home buyers or kind of like up-and-coming home buyers do purchase a bigger single-family home, and what they do is they rent out a basement or they rent out the single rooms to be able to afford their housing expenses. And the goal is to offset their housing expenses and ultimately, of course, to work towards being able to not have any expenses, because you're going to have roommates that are going to be helping you pay for those expenses. That's what house hacking is. And of course, that also helps you to get on the path of becoming a really good real estate investor if you want to. I was also looking at some interesting stats that were put out by Federal Housing Finance Agency, and over the course of the last 32 years, the home values in New Jersey have grown over 245%. And that kind of proves my point of the fact that real estate is one of the best vehicles of investing and growing your wealth. For the last 5 years, those values have grown by 52%, right? So 52% in just over 5 years. Try and get that accomplished in the stock market. Probably not going to happen. So I was also looking at the projections. A lot of companies are kind of going over and saying, well, this is what we foresee happening with our mortgage rates. And right now, right in the beginning of this month, they're fluctuating between, like maybe low 6s to mid 6s right now. And depending if you're getting a 30-year loan, and if it's a 15-year-old loan, it's going to be less expensive. And a lot of agencies are saying that what they're hoping for, and I think a lot of us are hoping for, is that the rates towards the end of the year are going to be somewhere in the low 5s, which would be really amazing. And now that we're talking about down payment, the prospect of buying a house, a lot of them feel that they absolutely have to have 20% as a down payment for them to be able to buy a house. So as an example, if you're thinking about purchasing a home that's $400,000, you think that you have to sit down and buckle down and save $80,000. And I'm here to tell you that is an absolute myth and is not true. There are tons of programs that are available where you're able to put as little as no money down if you qualify with an income, or if you're an active duty military or a veteran, or you can put down as little as 3.5%. What we're also seeing is that a lot of first-time home buyers on the average are putting only 6%, and a lot of kind of the historical figures that we've seen for the last couple of years, it's only 14%. So it's not 20% that a lot of people are thinking is what's happening. Of course, in the state of New Jersey, we do have quite a few first-time home buyer programs and grants that are available. They're not right for everyone, yet they are there for you to explore. And if this is something of interest to you, definitely reach out to us, send us a message, and we can put you in touch with those lenders that do offer those programs to see if it's a right fit for you, because it's not the right fit for everyone. And since now we're in the springtime season and all of us are just about finished doing our income taxes, I always tell everyone that during this time in the springtime is one of the best ways for you to save up if you want to become a homeowner in the next, let's say, 6 months to a year. And here are a couple of tips and tricks that I always recommend. So number one, when you are filing for your taxes, if you are going to get a refund, take that money, open up a interest-bearing savings account and put your refund in that account, because that is going to be the beginner of your your journey to become a homeowner. You can even name it My Future First Home, just to make it fun. Number 2, if you got a raise or you got a bonus, instead of taking that money, start spending it because now you are maybe, want to get into a different lifestyle, take that money and put it in that savings account. Every pay period, that extra money that you're getting is a part of your raise. Instead of having it go into your main account for expenses, take that money and have it automatically deducted and put into your savings account. I think that automation of putting money away every paycheck is one of the best strategies and best ways for you to be able to save up and do it on a consistent basis, because consistency is key. A couple of other suggestions is get a roommate. If you have some spare bedrooms, as I already mentioned to you before, as part of the house hacking strategy, you can get a roommate to help that roommate pay for your part of your housing expenses and help you towards that savings mode. And another option is if you are on the road of becoming homeowner, get a cheaper place. Maybe move somewhere where it's less expensive, so that way more of your income can go towards your goal of saving to buy a home. You can always also do a side hustle, maybe do Uber or Grubhub or Uber Eats, kind of do a little bit of saving up some money by doing a little bit of extra opportunities, maybe some freelancing. So that's another option for you. And also, I think it's important, and a lot of us do it, and a lot of people, of course, cringe, is also figuring out what your budget is. Taking a look and see what you spend your money on the monthly basis, jotting it down, and seeing where you can maybe do some savings, where you can eat out less, maybe make coffee at home, and see how that adds up. And that is the amount of money you can put again in your savings account as well. Also, saving money does not have to be a dreary, just something that you have to do and it's like, ugh. It has to be fun. So let's make it fun. I actually have this bingo board for you where you pick a different square every week, and whatever that amount is on this square, you can put that money into your savings account. So that way, by the end of the year, if you cover every single square, then you cross it off after each week, you guys are going to have $10,000 in your savings account, and you're going to be well on your way to become a homeowner by a date of your choosing. So what do you think about our ideas? And sometimes it can be challenging, I get it, and saving money is not easy because you don't have a prospect of some kind of fun or some kind of reward that is next day or next week, and I understand that. It's something that you have to wait for, right? And a reward can maybe happen in 6 months or a year. Just imagine how amazing it would be to have a place to re-own. You can have a dog, you can have a cat, you can paint it any color you want, and you are on your way of building your own wealth by being a homeowner. So if you like the information that you heard today and you want to learn more about house hacking or some other investor strategies, definitely reach out to us, because we would love to be your community and your real estate choice here as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, because we're going to have more information and interesting things coming up in our next videos. Bye.